Okay, here we are on the live. We're just going to shuffle these cards. This is a reading this is a collective reading for the manifestors. Collective manifesting reading. So put some people in here. Gonna be fun. So this is for December 29th, and we're gonna say all the way to December 30th. Okay, manifesting. Okay, manifestation reading. Okay, Holy Spirit, this is a divine collective reading for manifestors. We're going to start off with the mentality, mind state, your mind frame, all that kind of stuff, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so the biggest things right now is what I'm feeling for manifestors. And this is a collective reading, so this is in general. If you identify yourself with being a strong manifester or being dominant in being a manifester, then yes, this reading is going to be for you, okay? But if you don't identify with being a manifester, then it doesn't apply. But the biggest thing right now, what I'm feeling for manifestors, is a discernment of the company that you keep. And I really say this because we pulled an oracle card, and it's the starfish. And the starfish has to deal with being beautiful, alluring, but it can also be on the imbalance. It can be shallow and it can be superficial. And it's almost like making sure that you are being your authentic self, making sure that you're being true to yourself. Making sure that you're being true to yourself, making sure that you have positive influences around you, people that convince you or push you to be in your highest good. So kind of trying to stay away from gossiping groups or gossiping too much, especially if it's negative. Gossiping is a big thing right now that the collective as a collective is kind of chipping away at right now. We're going through a whole wave of trying to get out of that negative gossiping instead of tearing people down, building people back up, or not allowing negativity to be in your space, and it can sneak in your space in the form of gossip. So it's some things for the manifestors that are popping out. We've got two things. We got a King of Cups, and then we have a Queen of Cups energy. So emotionally, what you're thinking about is stabilizing your emotions in the King of Cups energy, and thinking about what pathways. Once again, this is pathways on where do you want to go, and being more reserved with your own emotions. This is some of you as a manifestors are at this stage where you're kind of drawing your energy towards yourself, and instead of giving your energy to people, and you're deciding where you want to go in life. What do you want? What are your desires? This is very, very important. This is very, very important when it comes to manifestors, because a manifestor's thoughts and a manifestor's emotions play a key role to what they attract in their life. It says, hi, are you doing free readings? Oh, I'm doing a collective manifesting reading. So yeah, this is a free reading. But this is just for collective. And then you have some people some manifestors who are in this Queen of Cups energy, and they're experiencing this Three of Wands upside down. Now, the Queen of Cups and the King of Cups, one thing that's different about them is the Queen of Cups is very giving with her emotions. She gives her emotions. She gives of her heart over and over again. And that can be a bit draining. And because the emotions are being given out in an imbalanced way, more giving, not enough receiving, things are slowing down. There's a lot of obstacles to things. It's almost like, if you notice, she's turned away to the Three of Wands, and the Three of Wands are upside down. So it's like, some of you may not be realizing the obstacles. You're like, why aren't things coming to me? Why aren't my manifestations coming towards me? And the reason is because she's so busy giving her cup, giving her attention, giving her emotions to other people's dreams, to other people's ideas, that she's missing out on her own Three of Wands. She's missing out on her own pathway. She's missing out on things coming to her, and she can't see the blockage. But it's not really a blockage. It's just a point of paying attention. She's paying attention to so many other things instead of what she really wants. I'm trying to escape an abusive relationship and I'm worried about getting pregnant. Is there anything you can tell me? For that specifically, I'm so sorry about that. For that specifically, I don't know where you're at, but there's a lot of programs. You have to look into your area and see what type of programs are there for you, because there's a lot of programs that'll help get people out of those situations, even like grants for moving out of that situation, all of that. Stay on, and then I will pull a card for you. Let me just finish this part of the reading first, though. But yeah, if I were you, what I'm really feeling is you need to go. You need to see either DHS, or even call the non-emergency police or something like that. And then see what type of resources are in your area. Each area has different resources. I know in my area in Oregon, I think what they do is they give women like a moving grant. So like maybe $1,200 to put on a new place. They have some other stuff too. But yeah, you're going to want to most definitely look at the services that are in your area. There's a lot of them. And they're very sensitive about, and they're very aware, like they are professionals on how to deal with that situation. Oh, okay, you're fine. You're fine. Also, you guys, don't forget to tap the screen, get those likes in there. Awesome. So, of course, then we have some manifestors that are in this King of Cups energy, and they're looking right at their path. If you notice this, the King of Cups is looking right at his path, right at his decisions. And he's reserved his cup for his desires, for his wants. So some manifestors are in the mode of over giving outside of themselves. And some manifestors right now are in the mode of being more reserved. And I would say maybe these might be the OG manifestors. So like these are people that are they've been in the game for a little bit. So they already know, they can kind of feel, because the King of Cups is the master of emotions, and the Queen of Cups is probably the professional of the emotions, but the King of Cups is the master of it. So definitely two things going on here. And the center energy of everything is, we've got the Three of Cups and the Nine of Cups. This is a desire for enjoyment. This is a desire to be happy. This is really a desire also. Three of Cups talks about celebrations with people, groups of people coming together. Could be 3 people, but it also could be, 10 or something. It's not a huge group, but people coming together and maybe, playing games with each other, or, partying with each other, or just family. It could be family gatherings. And I'm going to say in this case, this is what this talks about. And this is the desire. The desire is to be in enjoyment. The desire is to, the desire is really just to be happy and get this wish fulfillment. And there's a desire to be able to spread this wish fulfillment to other people. That's also important. Now, in the recent past, we're probably going to say in the past week, maybe like few days to 7 days, probably a week at the most. We have the Empress and we have the Ace of Cups. This is something new coming in. Now, this is definitely mother energy. This could be a mother in your family, or this could be also your manifesting ability. Because one thing that the Empress is in the tarot deck is she is the ultimate manifester in the tarot deck. So there's something new that was desired. There's something new that was wanted. And I think probably this is why the starfish came up at the beginning in the oracle deck, is spirits wanting you to evaluate, is this what you really want? There's a new desire. There's new something that you emotionally want, that you desire, and you're starting to manifest it already, because that's the thing with manifestation. Once you start to want something, the manifestation already starts. And for some people, once they think about it for even 30 seconds, they already manifested it. It's already coming in. It's already starting to come in. So with this energy is, spirit is right now, while we're at the seed being planted in the ground, before it sprouts out of the ground, spirit is definitely wanting you to think about, is this what you truly want? Or is this because Three of Cups energy, is this because you've been around other people and maybe these aren't your own desires, but these are somebody else's desires, right? Are these your own authentic desires? Is this what you truly want? Or are you manifesting somebody else's dream for you? This is a big thing. Manifesting your own dream, thinking about, big thing on thinking about your own authenticity. Think about if you could manifest anything in the world, what would it be? What would it be for you? What do you want? Right? Now, in the current energy, we have the High Priestess, which is actually a step higher than the Empress. The High Priestess knows is a figure that knows all the secrets of the universe, but doesn't really say anything. She keeps all the secrets for the High Priest. She's all knowing. She's almost all knowing. And she's silent, and she's hella psychic. She's very psychic. This is definitely a psychic card, and this is also an intuitive card. Sometimes this card comes up also when you are needing to, sometimes this card comes up possibly if there is some sort of spiritual message that is trying to download. And it's a possibility that you may not be taking it in consciously. But I mean, she is right side up. So I think that there's definitely a lot of spiritual downloads coming in. There's a lot of intuition going on right now based on basically what happened in the recent past. This new seed that was planted for desire. This new desire that you wanted. And it's like, spirit is already making a plan, and spirit is just saying, just go with it. Just go with it, okay? Now, in the near future, we have a Ten of Cups, and then we also have a Four of Swords upside down. So in the near future, this is one thing that, I mean, it's good, but it can easily be imbalanced, is overthinking to the point where you're stressing yourself out when it comes to wanting emotional happiness and emotional fulfillment, and getting to that Ten of Cups, ending a cycle of some kind, basically on a home when it comes to emotions. Just like your mind is thinking and thinking and thinking and thinking to the point where the cycle, I'm seeing a cycle that is struggling on ending. And it has to deal with the mental power, which makes a lot of sense. We go from the recent past where we were at the Ace at the beginning, right? With the Empress here, desiring something new. And then in the near future, Spirit takes you there. Spirit takes you to this Ten of Cups. Spirit takes you to the end of this desire and gives you this desire. Then there's an overthinking of, did I actually want this or not? So this could happen. This could happen in the month of January. This could happen in the next 10 days, time frames. Yeah, this could be within 10 days, because this is actually very, very fast movement. Whoever is manifesting this is coming in fast. It's coming in fast. And I think that's the thing that Spirit is really, really wanting you to is to pay attention to, is definitely with the company that you keep. Being around positivity, being around energies that are not going to pull you into this space, especially not going to pull you into this space of overthinking, second guessing yourself, thinking about the past, all that kind of stuff. Because once that happens, it's like Spirit gives you a gift, and once you get the gift, you ask for it and you got it. And then once you got it, you're thinking and you're thinking and you're thinking and you're second guessing why you got this gift in your hand, and then you drop it. That's the kind of feeling that that's what my intuition is picking up on. Is somebody's like dropping the bag, somebody's dropping the ball, right? And this is more a little bit of a warning to be mindful of your mind state, and also the company that you keep, because Swords is also about communication. This could also be somebody that you may not be communicating with in the near future, because we have the Four of Swords upside down. Four of Swords, even though Swords is about communication, Four of Swords talks about meditation. Four of Swords talks about definitely deep thought and thinking. And ultimately what it leads to is the world upside down. So a cycle not ending. Yeah, it ultimately leads to a cycle that it prevents a cycle from ending right away. It is going to end because we have the world. So yes, eventually, yes, it will end. It's inevitable. But there's a bit of a delay because the mind is not ready. Okay. So now that has to deal with, and I actually think that I answered Daisha Higgs' question in that. So we're going to go ahead and move on. So that has to deal with the mind and where the mind is for the manifestors collectively right now. We're going to get and dig into the emotions, because once again, if you are a manifester, you know the battery to be a manifester is the heart. It really is your emotions. Yes, the mind plays a huge role into it as far as processing those emotions, and be able to articulate what the heart is saying. But it's really the heart space that is able to create somebody into a manifester. That's why if you met a manifester before, then you've probably seen them as a super loving person, or maybe not a super loving person, but a very emotional person. Emotional people are manifestors. They be manifesting things. So now what we're going to look at is the emotions when it comes to manifestors collectively right now. We talked about the mind and the tricks of the mind, and being able to, being careful about who you're around and who you let feed your mind. Staying away from gossip. Gossip is a low vibrational thing. Gossip is not good. Unless that person is there and you're talking about that person, you don't really need to be even talking about that person too much. I mean, don't get me wrong, like obviously people have conversations, right? And maybe somebody might be brought up, and maybe it might be, this is what I think. But ultimately, like too much gossip, like, yeah, this person is this way, that person is that way. It's not good for your energy. It's not. It's like poison for your energy. Seriously. Okay, so now Holy Spirit of the Divine Order, please give me a emotional reading, the heart reading for the collective manifestors right now for today and tomorrow, December 30th. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so the biggest thing right now that's at the bottom of the deck is, once again, we have that High Priestess. That's that intuition. Okay, if you notice, hold on, let me get her. If you notice, she's in the moon and she's bringing things together. One thing that I did say, like especially in some of my last readings, is manifestors right now are in the process of actually balancing out their manifesting energy collectively and going into being able to learn alchemy and learn how to be an alchemist, learn how to put things together in the world and in life. So I think this is very interesting because she's out in the moon, right? That's about intuition. That's about, that's about emotion and everything. And she's actually putting things together on the table here. She's doing alchemy, She's putting things together. So that's exactly right now where that's what the basis of the heart space is. It's a little bit of a balancing act right now. And it's a balancing act, especially, it's a balancing act that doesn't feel very normal. It feels abnormal. You probably feel like you're out of your comfort zone. Yeah, that's pretty normal. Okay, right now we got the King of Swords as a center energy. Upside down. Oh, it's a difficult person. It's a difficult person in the middle of that, yeah. It's a difficult person. The King of Swords upside down is an a-hole. That is a professional a-hole. That is like that analytical, I'm always right, even when I'm not right, even if I don't have any evidence, argumentative, seems like a person that may not have any feelings at all. Whoo, gosh. So that's the center of it. And there was, in the recent past, we got the Ten of Swords upside down. That was a bad ending. That was a hurtful ending. Because we have swords. Already the Ten of Swords is already a hard ending to go through. It's like, that's the type of ending that you have in a cycle where you kind of are going to go through an experience where people around you that are close are going to betray you, that betray you, and that's how things end. And sometimes that happens, especially when we stay in connection or in close proximity with people that spirit doesn't want us to be around. And so what happens is, a lot of times it'll be like we'll get warning. And then eventually that person is going to stab us in the back. Now, this also could be, and it's also a point of transition. A lot of times when people move through, when they have a group of people and they're in this group of people and one of the people ends up vibing higher than their group, a lot of times it comes to a Ten of Swords ending. Because it's kind of like you get thrown out of the group because you're vibing a little too high. And sometimes that can happen, but that's a pretty hard ending. So right now your heart's got some strength. Okay, your heart is working on strength. Big time. Your heart is your strength. Okay, your heart is your strength. Because what was going on in the past, especially with this individual, one thing that I will say is opposites. So like if somebody is like, if you have a book and somebody burns your book and they use the element of fire, the thing that is opposite of the element of fire, you can use water to put the fire out. And yes, your book will be charred and everything, yes. but the fire will be out. So this is a big thing. What I'm saying all that to say is opposite elements are usually they usually have the power to go head to head with each other. So basically this person is heartless. So how does a person that is heartless in this situation, what is the opponent? What is the op, right? It's the person with the heart. The hard person, the one with no heart. Their biggest opposition is somebody who has a heart. Somebody who is emotional, who is very emotional. Somebody who has good intentions. Somebody who has morals, right? That would be the biggest opposite. This is something that definitely as a manifestor, you got to remember. It's not going to be, I feel like for some of you, what this is reading on is somebody who may have done this for the first time, because then we go into the near future and we got the Eight of Swords. Now, remember when we was talking about the mind, right? Remember when we was talking about the mind in the near future with the mind is going to be overthinking about that Ten of Cups, overthinking about how they wanted, how the mind pictured the Ten of Cups, right? And it's gonna be like it's gonna be trapping the heart, because what the mind wants and the heart wants, what the heart says is the Ten of Cups and the mind says is the Ten of Cups, are two different things. So that's where you come into the near future, is being able to really listen to what is serving you, what is happy for you, what does you good, right? And what's beautiful is at the end you come to the Nine of Pentacles, which is independence. Independently knowing your own self a little bit more. You come to this Nine of Pentacles, and it's not all the way to the Ten of Pentacles, but you only need, it's like you only need one more pentacle to get there. But this is also stability, independence, morals, strong morals, harvest, being able to cultivate something and grow something for yourself, right? And when we take that and we put that into an emotional sense with the heart, we're talking about not being codependent anymore. It's beautiful. Okay, so now that is the emotions. Oh, yeah. I'm crying at the independence part. I need that. Yeah. It's a journey. It's a journey. You got this. And then Erica, will me and David get together soon? Oh, hi, Erica. This is just a general collective manifesting reading. So if it applies to you, if you hear something and it sounds good to you, that's awesome. If it applies to you, it applies. If it doesn't, we got to let it fly. But make sure you guys are tapping that screen. Tap, 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 tap. We're going to do the last part of the reading. And the last part of the reading, we're going to ask Spirit for some action advice. What does Spirit say? Kind of like as far as what you should do, what you should or shouldn't do, what you have to be a little bit more aware of. This is about more of, because we talked about the mentality, we talked about the emotions. Now we're talking a little bit more of the physical, basically how you're going to be the outside factors, how to deal with the outside factors of yourself. Okay, Holy Spirit, we're doing a collective manifesting reading for the manifestors. And we want to know, what actions do you advise? Three and last one. Okay. So the basis of this is focusing on the Six of Pentacles energy. This is giving and taking. Okay. You need to focus on what you give and what you and what and where you take something from. And keeping that in balance. And then we have a second card too at the base, and this is the Ten of Wands. This is especially with dealing with This is dealing with coming to the end of carrying baggage. So be mindful of the baggage that you take on and the baggage that you give. And I'm thinking that some of you may actually have, especially, this is manifestors, this is something that we have to grow out of, is taking on other people's baggage, taking on other people's problems as our own, right? And that's the basis of what this is going on right now. That's the 9. Yeah, so we got the center energy, and this is the 9 of Swords. There's some sort of trauma, there's some sort of nightmare going on, and this is why some people be holding on to other people's baggages. Yeah. There's a new way that came in the recent past, a new way. We got that Ace of Wands, and we did already talk about that earlier, but that Ace of Wands is talking about a new desire, a new pathway, a new motivation of some kind. Oh, wow. And then you're going straight to the 2 of Wands, which is right now, which is beautiful because it's like you're in chronological order, especially when we're talking about at the end of the cycle with the 10 of Wands, right? So we've got the Ace of Wands. This is already something that's already started. This is the pathway. Okay, I know now. You're on a pathway to let go of these burdens. And as you're letting go of these burdens, you're going to be learning that not all of these burdens are yours. Most of these burdens are not yours. Most of these burdens are things that we picked up, especially childhood trauma, some of these could be our parents' burdens. Some of these could be our friends' burdens, our burdens of people that we were in a relationship with. Burdens that people put on us, and people put burdens on others in multiple ways. But yeah, we've got this Ace of Wands, so that pathway has already started. You're already on this pathway. Right now, you're at a time where you have to consciously choose this pathway. So unconsciously, you were already on this pathway, but now is the time to consciously choose. And then we have the Magician upside down in the near future. It's a need to focus a little less. Be a little bit free when it comes to your mind, and let spirit take a little bit more control. A little less calculated, and a little bit more faith in spirit. That's what that is. And that came up in the mentality and in the emotions about the mind and the heart kind of being not being on the same page with each other. So spirit, this is the advice for that, okay? The advice is to kind of let spirit teach you a lesson in how they in as far as how they get you through this storm. Kind of follow that intuition a little bit more, because once again, if you are a manifestor, you probably are not dealing with life situations that you can find the answer in a book. That's just from speaking from experience. You probably deal with things in your life that are unique, unique situations. You may struggle to find people that are like, oh yeah, I had this too, or I had that too. It may be a little bit hard. So understand that the only ones that have the book is really spirit. So trust in spirit, because it's a unique situation. And in the near future, there's something that we have the 8 of Cups upside down. So the 8 of Cups talks about leaving a situation behind. And when this is upside down, now it depends on what deck, but in this particular deck, this means spirit is wanting you to, there's going to be a point in time where there's going to be a pause on something. Like you're going to be walking away, but it's going to be paused. And that's what that point of needing to trust in spirit is. You're not supposed to have all the answers, but needing to trust in spirit, because there's going to be a pause, like maybe where there's going to be some sort of move that on paper it makes sense. Logically, it makes sense, but it's not going to work out. You got to remember that spirit sees all the obstacles ahead that we do not see, right? Spirit sees a lot of the obstacles ahead that we do not see. So the biggest thing is to have faith in that. But that's really that's pretty much it as far as right now for today. This is a reading for today and tomorrow when it comes to manifestation. Tap that screen, tap. If you, now I'm getting into doing these readings live a little bit more on a regular basis, more on a regular basis, right? But if you ever miss any of my lives on TikTok, I will be posting them on my YouTube channel, and that's in the link in the bio of my deck. So hopefully I see you guys there. Thank you so much for listening. I'm going to take a little bit of a break, and then I'm going to come back and do alchemist reading for the Divine Alchemist. And then we'll do the Divine Child, which is the combination of manifestor and alchemist. So awesome. Thank you so much. And Daisha Higgs, positive light to you. I hope that everything works out. Please go to your local, I think maybe your DHS or CPS office. There is a lot. They may have some services for you that'll help you get out of the situation that you're in right now. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching and everything like that. So I'll see you guys later. Bye.